Hi, this is Jess from Meyer Hatchery. The holidays are upon us, and I want to show you how to make this super simple, quick chicken wreath to give to your friends and family. The wreath is made out of some items that you would find outside and some items you probably have laying around your house. So let's get started. Your first step is to go outside and find some nice pine pieces. I found some that are a dark green, and I found some more lighter green colored pieces. Next, you need to find a surface to work on. When I'm working with things that I find out in nature, especially pine pieces, I work on a towel because it helps collect all those pine needles. To build the form for your wreath, you need a wire hanger. If you don't have any wire hangers around your house, head over to your local thrift shop. They've got tons of wire hangers there. You're going to take this wire hanger and you're going to bend it and move it and form it into a shape of a chicken. I'll show you one that I've done. This right here is a form that I'm going to use to build our wreath. You'll notice that when you form your wire hanger into the shape of a chicken, you might end up running out of wire when it comes to making the beak and kind of the rest of your chicken's head. Again, you're just making a basic shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. So what I did to kind of finish my shape here is I used some 18 gauge or 16 gauge floral wire, and I just kind of used it to finish making my shape. After you've made kind of your basic form on what you would like your chicken wreath to look like, you're going to cover it with some floral tape. And here's what our wreath looks like after it's been all wrapped in that floral tape. And now it's time to start building your wreath. So what I do is I actually, especially when I'm working with the pine needles, is I grab a pair of gloves, just because sometimes they can be a little prickly pine needles. And I take my wreath, and I'm just going to start adding pieces all throughout my form using our form that we made here, our pine pieces, and some wire. This is 24 gauge floral wire. It's kind of thin enough that you can bend it, but not too thin where if you bend it too much, it breaks. So you're just going to start, and here's a piece that I've cut, and you can actually leave the wire on the spool and kind of work your way around, or you can use little pieces. I like to use little pieces. It just makes it a lot easier for me. So I'm just going to take my piece of pine here, and I'm just going to start placing it around my form. And you're just kind of, you're tucking and you're forming, and you can kind of play with it as you work your way around. I have some wire left over here, so I can keep adding another piece. And this piece kind of want to wraps around the bottom here, so I'm just going to kind of keep going. And there really is no right or wrong way to do this. It's what you would like. It's kind of just you forming those pieces around your form, just to kind of create the look of a chicken. My big suggestion that I like to do, though, is when I'm putting my pieces on, I make sure kind of, if you look here, to tuck my pieces under. So let's grab this big piece here. So I kind of tuck it underneath as I'm adding another piece. This one's a really, really big piece here, but you can kind of get my idea here. As you're tucking it under, makes it look like the chicken feathers kind of laying on top of each other. So let's go over to our finished chicken here so I can show you, after you've added all your pieces, what your wreath's going to look like. So here's kind of the front of the wreath, and just so you can see on the back, all I did was add pieces and wired it on. Okay? After you've got enough pieces on here, you can go ahead and decorate your wreath a little bit more. I added a bow because it's the holidays and I wanted to dress up my chicken a little bit. I also took some felt pieces, a red felt piece and an orange felt piece right here, and I made a beak and a comb, and I glued those on with just some simple tacky glue. It dries really fast and makes it really easy. After you've added those pieces on there, you can take some of your wire that you have and you can add a hanger to your wreath, and you're good to go. Super simple. Don't be afraid to be creative with this. A wire hanger and some pine pieces can go a really, really long way. I hope I gave you some inspiration on how to make your own chicken wreath, and have fun and happy crafting.